Okay, so it's 10 minutes past 10, but there is no sign of Avinash. As per quiz rules, we should start, and hopefully he will join us at some point. So welcome everyone to game week 4 of FLQL season 7. I hope it's been treating you well. The reading order is the missing Avinash, then Shreyas, Priyanka, and Andy. So on Avinash's questions, I'll read out the questions, wait 15 seconds, and then pass to whoever is next.
Avinash is just coming now. Just
excellent.
Okay, uncle. See you. Good night.
You're
I'm extremely
just in time,
sorry.
Avinash.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for keeping you waiting. I was traveling. I just reached the hotel room. I'm glad
No
I made it
problem.
in time. Apologies. Please go ahead.
All right, so Avinash is here. So the reading order remains the same. Avinash, Shreyas, Priyanka, and Andy. You all are playing the international set, which means, Andy, you really miss out on a very fun quad on actresses who have danced in waterfalls in India. I'm sure that is one of your core subjects.
Oh, you're joking. I missed that, did I? Oh, that's one of the ones I would have known.
Yes. Anyway, unlived lives. Let's start the quiz. Avinash, these are your 2 questions.
Good luck, everyone.
In 2024, film named after the 10th in a series, do we witness soldiers bearing a striking resemblance to Star Wars stormtroopers? The film's creator also revealed that Harshit Reddy's character Luke draws from the iconic Star Wars figure Luke Skywalker.
Is it possible to reduce the screen size? It's
Yes.
The font size.
Yeah, this is okay.
Ten seconds. Going to need an answer.
Pass.
Passing to Shreyas.
I've got nothing. Pass.
Passing to Priyanka.
Pass.
Passing to Andy.
Pass.
Nobody recently released incredibly expensive film with a budget of 600 crore, but not a favorite of the critics.
Oh, that one.
Starring Deepika Padukone.
Kalki.
Yes.
Kalki.
Okay.
This is Kalki 2898 AD. Also, I would also have accepted Kalki and Kalkin, who is the prophesized 10th and final incarnation of the Hindu god Vishnu. Avinash, nowadays the manager of Real Madrid, with which he completed the cycle, Italian Carlo Ancelotti, is the only person to have won the title as a coach in all 5 of the best European Association football leagues, also winning 2 UEFA Champions Leagues with them. With which Italian club did Carlo win the Serie A in 2003-2004 season?
AC Milan.
Is the right Milan, and we'll get you the point. This is AC Milan. Shreyas, these are your questions. A loose reworking of Fellini's Juliet of the Spirits, besides containing shades of an enduringly popular 1865 children's literature work and named after the 1865 work's child protagonist, which 1990 movie by Woody Allen and starring Mia Farrow as the titular character captures the life of a Manhattan homemaker who reassesses her life after an encounter with a jazz musician? We need the one-word title of the film.
Alice.
The right answer.
Very nice.
Shreyas, The Mushroom at the End of the World on the Possibility of Life in Capitalist Ruins is a 2015 book by the anthropologist Anna Singh. It describes and analyzes the globalized commodity chains of which highly coveted mushroom, originating in Eurasia and North America, which is prized in Japanese cuisine for its distinct spicy aromatic odor. The common name in Japanese translates to pine tree mushroom.
You're
10 seconds.
messing this up, but I'll say truffles.
Not truffles. Passing to Priyanka.
Pass.
Passing to Andy.
Pass.
Passing to Avinash.
Early for the guess. Pass.
This is the Matsutake, or the Tricoloma Matsutake, as it is also known. Priyanka, your questions. With around 1/3 counterfeit currencies circulating at the time, regulators aimed to stop the new problem by making a set of recommendations in the mid-1860s. One of them was the establishment of which in the news organization that until 2003 was under the US Department of Treasury due to its original mandate. Ten seconds.
Pass.
Passing to Andy.
No, pass as well.
Passing to Avinash. Don't you need an answer?
Pass.
Passing to Shreyas.
I've got a non-com, but I'll pass.
All right, what's your non-com?
This is the Secret Service.
It is the Secret Service.
Damn it.
Oh,
Should have
really?
gone for it.
Should have missed out.
Oh.
This is the American Secret Service, or indeed the US Secret Service.
Yeah, the counterfeit currency was throwing me. Anyway.
Yeah.
Priyanka, what is the name of the 10th month of the Islamic calendar, whose first day is celebrated as Eid al-Fitr? It takes its name from the Arabic verb for to lift or carry, because a female camel would normally be carrying a fetus at this time of year in pre-Islamic Arabia.
Pass.
Passing to Andy.
Pass.
Passing to Avinash.
Pass.
Passing to Shreyas.
Pass.
This is the month of Shawwal. The period of Hajj also begins in Shawwal, which is otherwise called Ashhur al-Hajj, or the month of Hajj. Andy, your first direct questions. The Malian kora player Toumani Diabate, who passed away in July this year, received international acclaim in 1988 with the formation of a musical ensemble named after which empire from his part of the world. This empire, located in the western part of the Sahel during the 15th and 16th century, was one of the largest African empires in history.
I'll try Akkadian Empire.
I'm afraid not. Passing to Avinash.
I'll pass.
Passing to Shreyas.
Pass.
Passing to Priyanka.
Pass.
This is the Songhai Empire. Diabate's fellow musicians in the ensemble were Spanish flamenco group Ketama and the English bassist Danny Thompson.
Hmm.
I had the pleasure of hearing him in concert in Delhi twice. He was absolutely fantastic.
Oh. Okay.
If you ever find a kora player near you, I highly recommend going and taking a listen.
What is a kora? Okay, we'll
I
talk
will
about it.
explain later. Continental crustal fragments, aka microcontinents, are pieces of continents that have broken off from main continental masses to form distinct islands or land masses, also known as Te Reo a Maui or Tasmantis, which recently mapped microcontinent subsided after breaking away from Gondwana 83 to 79 million years ago. It is an almost entirely submerged mass of continental crust in Oceania. New Zealand is the largest part of this microcontinent above sea level, followed by New Caledonia.
Oof. These are hard.
10 seconds.
Hey, I'll just try Australasia.
I'm afraid not. Passing to Avinash.
Just learned about microcontinents, so I don't know any microcontinents. But
Passing to Shreyas.
I don't remember the name. Pass.
Passing to Priyanka.
Pass.
If I were to tell you it is named after the country which is the largest part of it,
Oh.
Guinea,
New
it's simply Zealandia.
Zealandia.
Oh,
Zealand.
Zealandia.
The kora is it's a kind of string instrument. It's got 21 strings, and you play it by plucking it. It's
okay.
kind of looks like a giant sitar, not on the string end but at the bottom end, and it makes a fascinating sound which is very unique. And I think the abate came from a tribe which claims to have both invented the instrument and has been playing it for generations.
I will definitely give it a listen. Thanks.
And so we come to round 2. Avinash, these are your directs. Hericium erinaceus is a type of tooth fungus which is known for its drooping habit. It has become a popular additive to coffee and is used for achieving focus. How do we commonly refer to this kind of mushroom? A name that should remind you of a Sherlock Holmes adventure notable for being narrated by Holmes himself. Ten seconds.
Reichenbach Falls.
Not that. Passing to Shreyas.
Pass.
Passing to Priyanka.
Pass.
Passing to Andy.
Pass.
So the story narrated by Holmes himself is called The Adventure of the Lion's Mane, and this is the lion's mane mushroom,
Yeah.
also known as the bearded hedgehog or the old man's beard. One can see why they go with lion's mane on restaurant menus.
Yeah.
Avinash, the book Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan uses a part of which painting by Peter Bruegel the Elder on its cover? This painting lies in the Kunsthistorisches Museum in Vienna today.
Flemish proverbs.
I'm afraid not. Passing to Shreyas.
Pass.
Passing to Priyanka.
Pass.
Passing to Andy.
Pass again.
There's a theme emerging. This is Hunters in the Snow.
Theme being that we're all not very good.
Not the moment, we're not. No.
Well, not at
All the
these
questions are really hard.
perhaps so far.
The questions are difficult. Let's maintain. Okay.
Shreyas, your 2 directs. In 1958, 14 years before he defeated Boris Spassky to become the only American world chess champion, apart from Wilhelm Steinitz, who took American citizenship after becoming world champion, who broke Spassky's record to become the youngest ever chess grandmaster at the age of 15 years and 6 months?
Fisher.
Yes, that will get you a point. This is Bobby Fischer. Shreyas, this cake gets its name from the style of beer used in its preparation. This fruit cake is traditionally associated with St. Patrick's Day. What cake?
Stout cake.
Sorry, would you say that again, please?
Stout cake.
Not a stout cake. Priyanka?
Yeah, that was my guess too. Pass.
Passing to Andy.
Ooh, pass.
Passing to Avinash.
I also pass.
I want to say Guinness cake, but I don't think it is.
You would think, and yet this is a porter cake.
Porter
Gonna say
cake.
porter, but I
Never heard of that.
Priyanka, these are your directs. Two crossed anchors linked by a chain fittingly appear in the logo of which specialized agency of the UN? In our opinion, we will accept the full form or abbreviated form of the agency's name.
UNHCR.
Not that.
UNHCR is my answer.
Not UNHCR. Andy?
No, pass as well.
Passing to Avinash.
Pass.
Passing to Shreyas.
Pass.
This is the
Is
international.
it IMO?
It is the
Maritime
International
Organization, of course.
Organization.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Following his 8-year stint at Milan in 2009, Ancelotti became head coach of which English club, Priyanka? Also winning the FA Cup in the same season in 2009-10, he won the Premier League with the club in question. Ten seconds.
I have no clue. I will just say, I don't know, Newcastle.
Not
United.
Newcastle. Passing to Andy.
Chelsea.
Yes, this is Chelsea. From where, as I recall, the very next season he was rather unceremoniously fired.
They all are at Chelsea normally.
Yes. Andy, these are your directs. This Sicilian dessert usually ranges from 9 to 20 centimeters and is a diminutive in the local language, meaning little tube. It's traditionally infused with marsala wine and cinnamon. After looking at this dessert, you may choose it and leave your gun behind. What dessert?
I'm gonna leave your gun behind. Is that cannoli?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. Do you also know the reference?
No.
Yes, from The Godfather. I believe the line is leave the gun, take the cannoli.
Oh, right, I see.
It's the choice I would make. Andy, the book The Marriage Portrait by Maggie O'Farrell uses a painting of a historical figure by Bronzino. The lady who died at the age of 16 shares her first name with another historical figure, but from a different influential family. Incidentally, they both died in the same city, Ferrara, but 42 years apart. Who is this lady in the painting?
Is it Catherine de Medici?
I'm afraid it isn't. Avinash?
I'll pass.
Passing to Shreyas.
Pass.
Passing to Priyanka.
Is it Eleanor?
Not Eleanor. So Andy is right about the family, though wrong on the first name. This is Lucrezia de Cosima or Lucrezia de Medici, not Catherine de
Okay.
Medici. Lucrezia Borgia is the other person they were referring to, who was born before her in 1480 to the Borgias and also died in Ferrara. And so we come to round 3. Avinash, these are your questions. Instagram filters have some interesting stories behind their names. For a study on Canva, the most popular filter for #fashion photos on Instagram is one that creates a radiant meets retro effect. Known for its warmth, this filter is named after a scientist who famously is associated with temperature and was the first scientist to be elevated into the UK House of Lords. Which filter or who names it? Ten seconds.
Kelvin?
Is the right answer.
Kelvin.
This is Kelvin after Lord Kelvin or William Thomson. Avinash, Bobby Fischer's record stood for over 30 years until which Hungarian player became a grandmaster in December 1991 at the age of 15 years and 4 months. Their sister Susan, who is 7 years older, had become a grandmaster 11 months earlier.
Olga?
Right again. 2 for 2. This is Judith Polgar.
Really interesting story where the Polgar sisters, their parent experimented on them as kids.
That doesn't
And
sound
he said that if I train them from a very young age, I can ensure that they become the best chess players. And he was trying to prove a point, and he did. They all became grandmasters.
Yes, but I'm sure they also had wonderful relationships with their parents while being
Yes. Saw a therapist at the same time, probably.
Shreyas, these are your directs. In 1935, Irwin Bunning recognized the existence of something inherited in every species. Just 2 years later, the team of Loomis, Harvey, and Hobart discovered the 5 stages of Watt and named the brain waves characteristic of each as alpha, low voltage, spindles, spindles plus random, and random. Ten seconds.
Muscle memory?
Sorry, would you say that again?
Muscle memory?
Not muscle memory. Passing to Avinash. Going to need an answer.
I'm passing.
Passing to Priyanka.
Is it sleep?
It is. Sleep will get you the point.
So how is it inherited? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get the framing of that piece.
Shreyas, named one of the 100 greatest masterpieces of American literature by the American Revolution Bicentennial Administration, the 1906 work The Devil's Dictionary is a book that features satirical definitions of commonplace words. Who is its author? He mysteriously disappeared in 1913 after closing his final letter by saying, "As to me, I leave here tomorrow for an unknown destination."
O. Henry?
Not O. Henry. Avinash? Going to need an answer?
Pass.
Passing
Pass.
to Andy.
Edgar Allan Poe?
Not him either. Priyanka?
Pass.
This is Ambrose Bierce. As to the question on sleep, I'm given to understand that there are certain variations in sleep, like how long you do it, etc., which can be genetically determined.
Okay.
It's not like your eye color or your hair color. There are some aspects of your sleep that you inherit from your parents. Priyanka, these are your directs. Agaricus bisporus is a mushroom native to grasslands in Eurasia and North America and has 2 color variants. When the brown variant is sold in its intermediate stage, It is known as a cremini mushroom. What is this meaty and umami-forward mushroom called when marketed in its mature stage? It gets its name from a town in Italy, which also gives its name to a military event from 1601 as part of the Anglo-Spanish War.
I have no clue. I'm passing.
Passing to Avinash.
Portobello?
It's the right answer. This is the Portobello. Priyanka, though the English novelist Edward Bulwer Lytton coined many phrases widely used today, such as the pen is mightier than the sword and the great unwashed, he is most associated with which oft-repeated opening lines, considered as an archetype for bad writing from the opening sentences of his 1830 novel, Paul Clifford? Ten seconds.
No clue. Pass.
Passing to Shreyas.
Was a dark and stormy night?
Is indeed.
Very nice.
It was a dark and stormy night. Andy, these are your directs. Which Arabic word for spring forms the part of two different months of the Islamic calendar? In India, the word is familiar to us in an agricultural context.
Rama?
Not that. Passing to Avinash.
Kharif?
I'm afraid not. Shreyas.
Pass.
Passing to Priyanka.
Starts with a Z,
Going to need an answer.
but I've forgotten.
I'm going to
I've
pass.
forgotten. Pass.
Avinash, you had the wrong
The
agriculture.
other one, Rabbi.
It is the
Rabbi,
other one.
Rabi. Oh, it's Rabi. Oh, I thought
It is
it was
Rabi.
the third one.
I was expecting one of you to perhaps take Rabi when he got Kharif from. In India, the winter crops are also called the Rabi harvest. And in the Islamic calendar, the months are Rabi al-Awwal and Rabi al-Thani.
Kharif sounded like the more Arabic word, so I went with that.
And yet, Andy, the most popular Instagram filter in the world was named after a ritzy San Francisco neighborhood with gorgeous views. Which filter is this? A general all-purpose filter that brightens, highlights, and intensifies shadows for color that pops and is popular, probably because it is the first filter that appears after normal.
Vivid?
I'm afraid not. Passing to Shreyas.
Soma?
Not that either. Avinash.
Palo Alto?
Not that either. Priyanka.
Pass.
This is Clarendon.
Oh my God.
Oh, goodness me.
And so we come to round 4, and I'm happy to report everyone now has points. There's very little to separate. Avinash, these are your questions. Which 1974 movie directed by Martin Scorsese won Ellen Burstyn her only Academy Award for Best Actress? In the film, Burstyn plays the titular young widow who travels with her preteen son across southwestern United States in search of a better life. Five seconds.
Annie?
Not Annie. Passing to Shreyas.
Pass.
Passing to Priyanka.
Pass.
Passing to Andy.
Pass.
This is Alice doesn't live here anymore. Although created to fight counterfeiting, Avinash, the protection duties of the US Secret Service didn't begin until 1901, after the assassination of which president?
McKinley?
Right answer. This is William McKinley. And so we come to Shreyas's directs. One of Barack Obama's personal recommendations, Kulanjan, is a 1999 album by Tumani Diabate, along with which American blues musician born Henry St. Clair Fredericks Jr. The musician's stage name pays tribute to an architectural marvel, and according to him, was inspired from dreams he had about India and Mahatma Gandhi. Ten seconds.
Hmm.
Going to need an answer?
Daud Sultana.
Not that. Passing to Priyanka.
Taj Mahal.
Is the right answer.
Oh, I didn't know this.
He comes, I think, almost every second year to play at the Blues Festival,
Yeah, okay, I should have just said Taj.
Andhra Blues Festival.
This is Taj
He
Mahal.
comes-
I would also have begrudgingly accepted simply Taj.
Yeah, I should have just. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Shreyas, after finishing second in his second season with Chelsea, Ancelotti was fired, but bounced back by becoming the head coach of which French club in 2011? While his club finished second behind Montpellier in his first season, they won the title in 2012 to 2013, their first after 19 years and third out of an overall 12.
Oh, isn't he coach of PSG? Paris Saint-Germain?
He did.
Yeah.
He did go to PSG or Paris Saint-Germain. Priyanka, your questions? One of the most popular filters on Instagram, it causes red to be more saturated in comparison to other colors. This filter is named after the first name of the last director of the Bauhaus School, who was famous for coining the phrase, less is more. Which filter or who names it? Oops. Just a second.
Is correct for
Yes,
Shreyas.
yeah, 1 second.
Oh,
No,
Oh, it's gone.
That's something I did because I accidentally hit on the wrong thing. Shreyas got Paris Saint-Germain correct. Here we are. Back to the correct question.
I can't see.
I stopped
Yeah,
sharing
yeah,
my
yeah.
screen. You'll see it again in a moment.
That's okay.
There we go.
Okay. Kandinsky.
Not
Oh,
him.
sorry. This is
Passing to Andy.
Vanderella?
I'm going to give you the point for that.
Mies van der Rohe is the person. I
You
think.
know his first name, which is what the filter is.
Mies
named after?
van der
Mies,
Rohe.
M-I-E-S? I think
No,
it
it's
is.
Ludwig.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't say that.
Ludwig Mies van der Rohe.
then. There's a Mies bit. Okay.
Priyanka, the first film in Wim Wenders' road movie trilogy, followed by The Wrong Move and Kings of the Road, which 1974 German movie stars Jella Rotlander as the 9-year-old titular character whose mother leaves her in the care of a stranger? The black and white film prominently contains a number of long scenes without any dialogue. Sounds fun.
I don't know. Leaving Alice.
I'm afraid not. Passing to Shreyas.
Yeah, pass.
Passing to Andy.
Pass.
Passing to Avinash.
Pass.
You're right on the quad there, Priyanka. This movie is Alice in the Cities.
Doesn't sound very German.
It doesn't, does it? Andy, your questions. Eugene Asurinsky's experiments on his 8-year-old son, Armand, at University of Chicago led to the discovery of what phenomenon in 1953? His father taped electrodes to the boy's head, that's him in the corner, and plugged the leads into a switch box over the bed. From the adjacent room, when he calibrated the machine, telling Armand to look left, right, up, and down, the ink pens jumped in concert with the boy's eyes. The ink pens did the same even when Armand was asleep, which is what led to Eugene's eureka moment.
Is it REM?
It is indeed. This is REM Sleep. Did any of you catch the reference to That's Me in the Corner from the REM?
No. No, that's good.
The
Good
research
Lovely.
also.
Very nice.
Oh dear me.
I was
Yes.
I was very intrigued when you mentioned experimenting on your children in the earlier part of the quiz because I knew this
Yeah.
was coming up. So a
Oh,
quiz full of people who are not going to win any prizes for parenting.
It was very interesting. So apparently he realized that if he was forcing them, his daughters, it wouldn't work. So he made sure that they really enjoyed the chess and that there was some sort of inner motivation. So yeah,
I
it's
see.
very nuanced. Look it up.
Sure.
The research also
This-
established the existence of rapid eye movement. which
I'm
is
sure
REM.
he thinks that.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's the story he tells people because the look of horror on their faces when he begins to tell them about his motivational strategies makes him feel so uncomfortable. Andy, your second question. What genre of music was known as the devil's music in the 1920s? Thomas Alva Edison ridiculed it, saying it sounded better played backwards. A Cincinnati home for expectant mothers also won an injunction to prevent the construction of a neighborhood theater where it would be played, convincing a court it was dangerous to fetuses.
Jazz?
Is the right answer. Though what isn't a danger to fetuses?
Do you mind if I just go really quickly get another glass of water?
Yes, absolutely.
Is that right? Thank you.
Time to pause. Halfway through the
It's
game.
very warm in the UK. It's not very, probably not comparison to India, but in the UK, anything that's over 20 is considered warm here. So it was 31 today, which for English people is
It's almost a heat wave, isn't it?
basically is a heat wave here. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. I'm just going to put my fan on as well.
I mean, the temperature isn't that high, but none of your homes are designed to be cool. So
No, we're all designed to keep the heat in, let alone keep the heat out. So, yeah,
didn't think it through when.
no.
So round 5. Avinash and Andy on 5 points each. Shreyas right behind them on 4, and Priyanka hot on his heels at 2. Avinash, these are your 2 questions. 2 aircraft wings fittingly appear in the logo of which specialized non-military agency of the UN? A full or abbreviated form is acceptable. Ten seconds.
The International Aviation Organization.
I can prompt you.
The IAO.
I'm afraid
Since
not
I-
quite. Passing
Oh,
to
buzzer.
Shreyas.
You
Good.
want IATA?
Sorry, what was that?
IATA?
Not the IATA. Sadly, we have lost Priyanka. So I will pass to Andy.
You have to give a wrong to Shreyas, sir.
Sorry.
Just click undo.
Priyanka.
Is the question still open? Yeah.
Yes, and it's your turn. Do you have an answer?
Is it IATA? IATA.
The IATA?
Yeah.
No, I'm
IATA.
afraid that's not it. That's what Shreyas also just said. Andy?
Oh,
Pass.
Now, Avinash was very close. This is the ICAO, the International Civil Aviation Organization.
Oof.
So we needed the word civil in there as well. Avinash, if classified as a microcontinent, Zealandia would be the world's largest microcontinent. Its area is 6 times the area of which island nation, the next largest microcontinent. This is the world's 4th largest island and the 2nd largest island country. Ten seconds.
Is it Papua New Guinea?
It is not. Passing to Shreyas.
Is it Madagascar?
It is Madagascar.
Yeah, Africa is really big now.
Shreyas, your questions. Integral to the storyline of Kalki 2898 AD and the mythos, as per Vishnu Purana, which place will be the birthplace of Kalki, the 10th incarnation of Lord Vishnu, where he will establish a new golden age that will end the Kali Yuga. As per Buddhist prophecy, this place is to be ruled by the future Buddha Maitreya. It inspired Shangri-La, a paradise on earth hidden in a Tibetan valley, which features in the 1933 novel Lost Horizon. Ten seconds.
I've got nothing. Pass.
Passing to Andy.
Pass.
Passing to Avinash.
Pass.
Passing to Priyanka.
pass.
This is Shambhala.
Oh, jeez.
Shreyas, which path-breaking 1962 science fiction novel written by American author Madeleine L'Engle, also made into a 2018 film starring Oprah Winfrey and Reese Witherspoon, begins with "It was a dark and stormy night," as a tongue-in-cheek reference to the oft-used cliché.
Pass.
10 seconds. Are you passing?
Yeah.
Passing to Andy.
Pass.
Passing to Avinash.
A Wrinkle in Time.
Absolutely. This is A Wrinkle in Time. One of those books whose name you always know, but very rarely know the author.
That's most books for me.
I think there was a quad of that kind a couple of quizzes ago where all the books were very familiar and all of the authors were not. And of course, all of the answers dealt with the authors. Priyanka, here are your questions. The Grammy-winning album In the Heart of the Moon was a collaboration between Tumani Diabate and which of its compatriots? Interestingly, one of the other musicians featured on the album is Rai Kuda, who had collaborated with this musician over a decade before on another Grammy-winning album, Talking Timbuktu.
Okay. I'll go with
Seven.
Tenarivan.
Not that. Andy,
Pass.
passing to Avinash
Ali Farka Toure.
is the right answer.
Very nice.
Oh, I was thinking of that, then I got confused with compatriots. So I thought it's a band.
I think
So-
it's just the fact that they're both from Mali.
Talking Timbuktu was very good, so I've heard that.
Oh, English grammar is weak.
It's a foreign language. Priyanka, the Indian Ocean crust subducted northwards at the Banda Trench from about 12 to 4 million years ago. The Australian continental margin collided with the Asian forearc at about 4 million years ago. Gradually, the Banda Trench was transformed into the fold and thrust mountains of which microcontinent? It gets its name from being at the eastern end of the Lesser Sunda Islands. Eight seconds.
I know. Pass.
Passing to Andy.
Pass.
Passing to Shreyas.
Pass.
Passing to Avinash.
Pass.
This is that other great
Sorry.
favorite of quiz question setters, Timor Island. I
Oh, I was wondering if that
accepted
was something
East
to do with it.
Timor. Timor Island is divided between the sovereign states of East Timor in the eastern part and Indonesia in the western part. The name is a variant of Timur, which is Malay for east, a reference to its location vis-a-vis the Lesser Sunda Island, suggesting that the country of East Timor is actually east-east.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a microcontinent. That's
No, I thought it'd be too small for one. Yeah.
Andy, your questions. Which specialized agency of the UN that leads international efforts to defeat hunger has the Latin motto Fiat Panis, translating to "Let there be bread"? A full or abbreviated form is acceptable.
Bit of these. Um,
10 seconds.
World Food Organization.
Is the right answer. Wait, did you say
Is
World
it?
No,
Oh,
no.
right.
Organization? No, sorry.
Isn't it World Food Program?
It's not. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. That is the wrong
Already.
answer. It is not the World Food Organization. Passing to Shreyas.
Is it the FAO?
It is the FAO. My apologies. I got ahead of myself there and was very concerned someone might give the answer away. This is the FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization. Andy, poignantly, the US Secret Service was founded by which president on the same day he was assassinated?
Oof. One of three, given we've done one. I just know I'm going to get this wrong, whichever one I pick. Garfield.
I'm afraid it isn't Garfield. Priyanka?
So Lincoln?
It is Lincoln. This is Abraham Lincoln. And so we come to round 6. Avinash leading at 7 points. Shreyas on 6. Andy on
He
5.
founded it on the same day that he was assassinated. What are the odds?
Tough luck, yes.
Yeah, enough, I'm actually going to see a Broadway play later today that's based on Lincoln's wife. And the story of how she descends into madness after the assassination.
That's very interesting. Avinash, this is round 6. You're in the lead. These are your directs. The 2006 publication Take a Blank, Change Your Life explains the 5 stages of the sleep cycle and the benefits each one provides, how to assess your tiredness and set up a personal sleep profile. According to the book, what 2-word term that aligns with the title of the book was coined by Cornell social psychologist James Maas.
What do you mean by it? The 2-word term goes into the title? Okay. I'll
They're
just
not-
say
They're not the same.
I'll just say power nap.
Power nap is correct.
Nice.
The title of the book is Take a Nap, Change Your Life. And the 2-word phrase that we were looking for is indeed power nap. Although the French version of this chocolate confectionery traditionally uses ganache and cocoa powder, the Spanish version is prepared with chocolate and rum. These ball-shaped rum-based desserts are called Spanish chocolate blanc, the blanc named after its similarity in appearance to a certain type of fungus. Fill in the blank.
Truffles?
Yes. This is the Spanish chocolate truffle.
Yummy, very nice.
I am a bigger fan of the French ones, I must admit, but that's because in India you
Oh,
get bad rum truffle nearly everywhere.
yeah.
Rum ball,
Shreyas,
they call it.
yeah, Shreyas, these are your questions. The Islamic calendar traces its start in 622 CE to which epochal event?
I've got nothing. Pass.
Passing to Andy.
The birth of the Prophet Muhammad.
Not the birth of Muhammad. Priyanka?
Is it the first? No, I'm passing. Sorry.
Passing to Avinash.
Passing.
Pass.
This is the month of Hijra or Hejira or Hegira, or this is the migration of Muhammad and his followers from Mecca to Medina. Shreyas, the book Too Much by Rachel Verona Coate uses this 1867 painting of a mythological lady by A.F.A. Sandys to convey the modern day ripple effects of Victorian constraints. Interestingly enough, the lady belonged to an era thousands of years before Victorian society. Who is this lady? A daughter of Zeus and Leda.
Persephone.
Sorry, will you say that again?
Persephone.
Not Persephone. Andy?
Pass.
Passing to Priyanka.
Pass.
Passing to Avinash.
And pass.
Is this the face that launched 1,000 ships and burnt the topless stars of Italy?
Helen.
Yes. This is Helen of Troy,
Mm.
who is looking quite cross in that photograph there, but I would
She
be
does, actually.
I would be too if I'd been blamed for an entire war.
Realize she is the daughter of Zeus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lily was trying to figure out between Persephone and Helen, and then went for Persephone instead.
Mm.
As well as
That-
the case this entire game.
That is the second theme of this evening, having to pick between 2 options and going with the wrong one.
Mm.
Priyanka, these are your directs. The chess grandmaster title was first introduced by FIDE in 1950. Had the title existed at the time, which Polish-born prodigy might have become the youngest grandmaster in history in the early 1920s? His family moved to the US in order for him to make a living through public chess exhibitions, which included playing with Douglas Fairbanks in the 1921 film The Three Musketeers. He went on to win 8 US chess championships, becoming the oldest ever US champion with his 1969 win.
Pass.
Passing to Andy.
Yeah, pass as well.
Passing to Avinash.
I'll pass.
Passing to Shreyas.
Pass.
This is Samuel Reshevsky. Priyanka, in his book Enquiry into Plants, Theophrastus, via a ship's captain serving under Alexander the Great, describes a tree with many leaves like the rose, and that this closes at night but opens at sunrise, and by noon is completely unfolded, and at evening again it closes by degrees and remains shut at night, providing the first recorded scientific account of what biological process. Discoveries of molecular mechanisms controlling it won the 2017 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine.
So like the diurnal cycles, something.
Not quite. Passing to Andy.
Don't really know the word for it after pass.
Passing to Avinash.
Circadian rhythms?
Is correct phrase that we were looking for, though I would
Oh, just that.
have accepted biological clock, body clock, sleep cycle, or
Oh,
biological
shit.
rhythm. Andy, your questions. In Kalki 2898 AD, Deepika Padukone's character, Sam 80, aka Sumathi, who is pregnant, walks through fire in a desperate bid to escape, leading fans to conclude that it must have been inspired by Khaleesi's walk from the Game of Thrones episode Fire and Blood, where she walks through a fire with her dragon eggs unscathed. Nag Ashwin dismissed this, instead claiming the scene to be inspired from whose unscathed crossing of the Damodar River from Indian mythology.
I'm not going to even insult you with a guess. I'll pass.
Passing to Shreyas.
Pass.
Passing to Priyanka.
Pass.
Passing to Avinash.
Pass.
He's a big fan of
Satganga.
white butter and the ladies.
Oh, Yashoda. Yeah.
This is Krishna. Or
Okay.
I've accepted
Oh, right.
Vasudev carrying Krishna. Prompt on any other avatar of Vishnu's or alternate names of Krishna. The name of the river Damodar means rope around the belly in Sanskrit, and it is in fact a name for Lord Krishna, who was tied around the belly with a rope by his foster mother Yashoda when he was a child. There are about 108 names of Lord Krishna, and popular ones are Govind, Devaki Nandan, Mohan, Gopal, Shyam, Ghanshyam, Hari, Banke Bihari, and Girdhari.
Blimey. That was guessable, actually,
What
Krishna.
was
And which cartoon character fondly called the world's most talented beagle is often depicted beginning his novels with the phrase, "It was a dark and stormy night."
Snoopy?
The right answer. This is Snoopy, and he is the world's most talented beagle. So round 7. Avinash has broken into double digits on the point front. He's leading with 10. Shreyas and Andy locked at 10 points each, and Priyanka on 3. Avinash, these are your 2 directs. Tumani Diabate collaborated with which Icelandic singer on one track in her 6th studio album, Volta, released in 2007. While Diabate is a multiple Grammy winner, this singer holds the record among female performers with maximum Grammy nominations, 16 till date, without a single win.
I'll pass.
Passing to Andy.
Bjork?
Absolutely. This is Bjork, Gudmundsdottir. Avinash, which Canadian-American singer-songwriter used "It Was a Dark and Stormy Night" as an opening line to her song Crazy Cries of Love on her 1998 album Taming the Tiger, This was in line with her idea of using several cliches in songs from that album, though according to her, the second line, "Everyone was at the wingding," is a brilliant deviation from the cliche.
Mm, Celine Dion.
Not her, I'm afraid. Shreyas?
Alanis Morissette.
Not her either. Priyanka?
Pass.
Passing to Andy.
I'll pass.
Please don't tell me Shania Twain.
It isn't. You're not thinking early enough in music. This is Joni Mitchell, Roberta Joan Mitchell. Though Celine and Alanis Morissette do seem to be the most favorite guesses.
I mean, the key I think was
I
triple.
think 90s, the famous comedian. I think like 3 or 4 famous Canadians.
I think giving her 1998 album, because that's where the cliches are, puts you in that period, but she is a singer who first made her name in a previous decade.
Yeah, singer-songwriter fits her better, I guess.
Shreyas, these are your questions. The granite outcrops of which microcontinent in the central Indian Ocean were the earliest example cited by Alfred Wegener as evidence for his continental rift theory. Between 84 and 95 million years ago, rifting separated this microcontinent from Madagascar, having been part of Gondwana land originally. It is home to endemic species such as the coco de mer and the jellyfish tree.
Fifty on the spot. Mauritius.
I'm afraid not. Priyanka? Good. Do you need an answer?
Pass.
Passing to Andy.
I'll pass.
Passing to Avinash.
Central Indian Ocean.
Going to need an answer?
I'll pass.
Any non-coms?
Don't tell me
Seychelles?
Yes, if not Mauritius, it is Seychelles. Granitic Seychelles, to be specific. Shreyas, when transporting the president in a motorcade, the Secret Service uses a fleet of custom-built armored Cadillac limousines, the newest and largest version of which is known as What, a nickname shared with Jimmy Donaldson's online alias. Donaldson runs the most subscribed channel on YouTube.
The Beast or Mr. Beast?
Yes, this is the Beast. For that reason, Mr. Beast is Donaldson's alias. Priyanka, your directs. This is a yeast cake that's saturated in syrup and made with hard liquor, usually of a particular type that's incorporated in its name. The other part of this dish's name comes from a Slavic word for old woman or grandmother. However, when pronounced in India, it sounds like a sage or monk who is either extremely drunk or is advocating the use of alcohol. What alcohol-based dessert is this?
I don't pass.
Passing to Andy.
Pass.
Passing to Avinash.
Rum Baba?
We'll get you the point.
Oh.
This is a baba or rum or a rum baba or just baba. Priyanka, the book Learn by Heart by Emma Donoghue uses a painting called Malabar Beauty on its cover. Who is this painter?
Can you like magnify it a little bit? Raja Ravi Verma.
Is the right answer.
Nice.
Nice.
Is Raja Ravi Verma. Andy, your directs. Auricularia haemur is a popular ingredient in Chinese cuisine. Which crunchy yet firm fungi that maintains its texture while cooking and can soak in flavors and hold pockets of sauce in its folds gets its name from its resemblance to an anatomical part due to the way it grows on trees?
Mm. I think I know the body part, but what would be the name?
10 seconds.
I'm going to pass.
All right. Priyanka,
Pass.
passing to Shreyas.
Take a guess. Is this the wood-ear?
It is indeed.
Oh dear, mushroom.
Ah,
This is wood ear fungus or cloud ear, tree ear, black fungus, and jelly ear. I'm
the
a
wrong body part.
What were you thinking of?
I don't know. I was thinking like fingers, as in like just like the way the leaves would go. Something fingers. I couldn't get something else out of my head.
Andy, after Paris, Ancelotti went to Real Madrid for his first stint, but after being fired in 2015, he took a one-year break and then succeeded Pep Guardiola as a coach of which German team in 2016. He spent 1 year at the club and won the title along with 2 Super Cups.
Bayern Munich.
Absolutely. This is Bayern Munich. And that ends our quad on places Carlo Ancelotti has been tragically fired from. Round 8, very last round. Avinash still leading with 11 points. Shreyas and Andy tied at 8 points each just behind him, and Priyanka on 4. Avinash, these are your last 2 directs. Oh no, we've just
We've
lost.
got somebody. Avinash has just gone, by the way. Yeah,
Let's give him a moment to rejoin us.
no worries. You know, I was saying it was hot earlier, hence why. So on BBC Weather, it said that there'll be a big storm, and that will end it. It's currently very stormy outside with lightning. You might even see flashes of lightning coming through. That's why I'm looking this way quite a lot. It's quite
Exciting.
fun to watch, actually. I do like a storm.
I also do like a storm. We had one last night.
Mm.
It flooded half the city.
Wow. Good Lord.
I feel like it's starting all over. My flight was delayed by 3 hours last night. It's a
Oh,
result of
geez.
like at like midnight, pretty much.
Oh, really? Where were you coming from?
I was in Boston for work, so
I see.
yeah. Which again, it's a 45-minute flight, but literally delayed.
Yeah, they're not far, are they? Yeah.
You should have taken the train.
You know,
I
the
was going to
train,
say, can you take the train?
the timing didn't really work out.
Ah.
It would have reached at the exact same time.
Yeah. Yeah, how far is it by train to get from Boston to New York? Is it far?
So if you're taking the express, 3.5. If you're taking local, 4. So
Okay.
it's, I mean, honestly, like if you're flying, it saves you about an hour usually.
Mm. Mm.
Avinash, you're back.
Hello. I'm sorry, how many questions I missed?
You
My
None.
phone's
You
hot.
haven't missed any.
You didn't miss any.
Thank you
It's
so
the
much
beginning
for
of
waiting
round
for me.
8. It's your questions.
Sorry, my phone's hotspot died, so I had to connect to the hotel. My phone died. Yeah, please go
No
ahead.
problem. Avinash, these are your last 2 directs. Which sacred month in the Islamic calendar derives its name from Arabic for forbidden, as all kinds of fighting are forbidden during this month?
Haram?
I'm afraid I can't give it to you for that. Priyanka,
Pass.
passing to Andy,
Pass.
passing to Shreyas.
Pass.
So you're right, it does come from haram, but the month itself is called Muharram.
Okay.
And finally,
Unlucky.
Avinash, his original name was going to be Devil, but eventually the producers went with the name Him to represent this Satan-like character in which TV show?
Powerpuff Girl.
Absolutely. This is from the Powerpuff Girls, some of the greatest crime fighters of our generation. Shreyas, these are your last two directs. Another popular filter on Instagram is liked for the vibrant and cozy feel that it gives to photos. Per Kevin Systrom, it is named after the type of light German beer that he was drinking while working on the filter. Which filter or which German beer names it?
It's going after the light German way of use. I'm going to say Hefeweizen.
You'd be correct too. And therefore the name of the filter? From the first
Weizen or
half of the beer?
Hefe.
Yes. This is Hefe after Hefeweizen.
Very good. Nice.
Shreyas, fittingly, a cogwheel appears in the logo of which specialized agency of the UN? In awarding the Nobel Peace Prize to this organization in 1969, the Nobel Committee referred to the motto enshrined in the
We've lost your voice.
Sorry?
Gayatri, I don't know if you can hear us.
Yes, I can. Can you not hear me?
Oh, sorry, that was me. Oh, I do apologize. It says my internet connection is unstable. I do apologize, please.
Everyone else
please
can
go.
hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I'll just read that again. Fittingly, a cogwheel appears in the logo of which specialized agency of the UN, and awarding the Nobel Peace Prize to this organization in 1969, the Nobel Committee referred to the motto enshrined in the foundations of its original building in Geneva, Si vis pacem col justitiam. If you desire peace, cultivate justice. The full or abbreviated form is acceptable.
Um,
10 seconds.
I don't know. I'll say the ICJ.
Not the ICJ. Passing to Priyanka.
Pass.
Passing to Andy.
Pass.
Passing to Avinash.
I'll
Going to do
pass.
nothing. The ICJ is in the Netherlands. In Geneva, you will find the International Labour Organization.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I should have done.
And so we come to Priyanka's last two questions. In Kalki 2898 AD, lead actor Prabhas plays Mehra, a tech-savvy bounty hunter in a dystopian world. According to Nag Ashwin, Bhairav's characterization is inspired by which fictional superhero team from the Marvel Universe? The soundtrack for the 2014 film based...
Can I just answer the question?
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm sorry, I have an early morning tomorrow, so I'm just worried.
That's fine. It is Guardians of the
Guardians.
Galaxy. And it brings us to your second question. Satan's Triangle is a 1975 movie featuring Kim Novak. The film's climax reveals that the devil assumes different guises and bodies to trap people who have strayed into which geographical location in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean?
I have no idea. Greenland.
Not that. Passing to Andy.
The Bermuda Triangle.
This is the Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle. And so we come to the last two questions of the game, also Andy's last two directs. Boris Spassky broke which fellow Soviet player's record when he became the first ever teenage grandmaster in 1955? This Armenian, who held the world championship between 1963 and 1969, is regarded as one of the greatest defensive players of all time.
Sargisian.
I'm afraid not. Passing to Priyanka.
Pass.
Passing to Avinash.
Pass.
Passing to Shreyas.
Pass.
This is Tigran Petrosian. And so the last question, will it break the tie for second place? Andy, which 2014 movie, the last directed by Richard Glatzer before his death from ALS, won Julianne Moore her only Academy Award for Best Actress, an award she dedicated to Glatzer? Based on a novel by Lisa Genova, the film captures the travails of a linguistics professor diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's disease at the age of 50. Ten seconds.
Lost for words.
I'm afraid not. Passing to Priyanka.
Still Alice.
Is the right answer.
Oh, we had the Alice question, didn't we?
It
I
is
forgot
the
that.
last Alice question. And so Avinash wins with 12, Shreyas and Andy tie for 9, and Priyanka on 6. Very well played, everyone. That was a very
Thank you so much.
Well
Thank you.
done.
for-
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And thank you very much for reading as well.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Good
Good luck
night.
to everybody. See you all
Bye.
soon.